Moss is a culinary experience that I had never experienced before in my life.
Moss is the opportunity to experience Oregon ingredients produced by a chef that tells the Oregon story perfectly.
Moss is the flavor of Southern Oregon.
Moss is my legacy. We live in the most biodiverse region of Oregon. I think it's just like really premising our localism on flavors rather than distinct courses. Moss is different in the sense that there's so much connection from like me being the chef owner, and I'm your server too. Like I am telling you the story that I have about these ingredients. My name is Josh, the head chef of Moss Restaurant in Ashland, Oregon. So the kitchen it's like a food studio, right? We don't have a hood, so there's no ventilation. So we can't have open fire. To kind of mitigate that, we have some Conroe grills that we'll wheel out in the alleyway and like do some outside grilling. But like working, we don't have anywhere to hide. So everything is about mise en place. The menu has to be organized in a way like we can do all these steps with these pieces of equipment. So I think for me now with Moss and my cooking career, is really about being present in the moment, looking at an ingredient, looking at a timestamp of a season, and really knowing how is that gonna go on a plate. Southern Oregon is like the Wild West. The things that we have are like manzanita berries, which they have like a super rich history with all like the gold mining. That was the one thing that the miners would make alcohol with. The Cascade Range and the Siskiyou Range, southeast of us here, I mean like the Oregon coast oysters, that are coming from Clausen's oyster farm, like the Moon Rock oysters. It's like the best quintessential West Coast oyster. King salmon, Dungeness crab, Kumimoto, deep cup, cucumber, and kelpie brine. It's amazing. The seaweed itself, like the primary ingredient in our initial tea, that's all derived from local Southern Oregon kombu. When I was nominated for James Beard, it was kind of like a shock because in Southern Oregon, we don't have this big food media pull like Portland. It's such a sleeper town, 23,000 people that could support this type of restaurant. This is my big city dream in a small town. And to this community, I am always humbled that the fact that I still have customers. It's all very special. And to feel that like kind of like town pride is just really cool. And that's another like pinch me now, because that's just such a cool thing. It's really like an overwhelming sense of food and hospitality is what I'm always going for. We're gonna be your guides, you know, and like tell you everything you probably don't want to know about like this fish and how it was like rendered, you know, and like the story behind all these ideas. And then like deeper conversations too often happen. So as a diner, yeah, expect to just be welcomed into like my house, really, like my comfort zone.